June 28, 1914, Austrian Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. The existing military alliances of the Triple Entente, which consisted of Britain, France, and Russia. On the other side lie the Triple Alliance, which consisted of Austria-Hungary, Germany, and Italy. These were triggered when Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Thus, World War I began July 28, 1914. It was called the War to End All Wars. Everyone thought that the war would end in a few months, but instead it went on for 4 years and claimed 40 million lives. Although there are many impacts of this war, advances in communication affected the lives of soldiers in World War I and ultimately changed the world. France, 1916. The Trenches. This is the story of Edward Paul Smith. I was deployed on the front lines of France at age 13. I was fast, so I was made into a runner. I would run messages from one regiment to another. I also had a good memory, so I memorized the trench layout. I knew where to go and what trenches to avoid. I knew it like the back of my hand. I had a photographic memory in my head that led me to where I needed to go. Walter Raymond. We called him the Birdman because he kept and fed the carrier pigeons. But then the Germans started using hawks to stop the birds from reaching their destinations. The carrier pigeons were our faster way of communication, long distance before we got the radio. Harry Lewis is the man who saved my life. Officer Lewis got us a radio, and with that saved tons of lives. The radio was a gift from God, for I was the 16th runner this regiment had had. Without that radio, I would have had to cross vast distances of no man's land, thick with barbed wire and scattered with knee-deep mud. It could have taken me hours depending on the distance, and possibly facing German soldiers. With the radio, I could communicate with other regiments immediately, calling in air support as needed, request a bombardment on enemy trenches. With this new immediateness of the radio, battle strategies changed drastically. The use of the radio required a way to verify that the message had been heard correctly. This led to the creation of the phonetic alphabet. I soon became the communications expert by memorizing the phonetic alphabet.
Foxboy, Tar Oboe, King George, Rush, Able, Item, Dog, Oboe, Nan, Able, Rush, Easy, Able, Z, Jig, 8, 2, 5, 6, Able, Tar, 8, Tree, 5, Up, Mike. Over. Copy, Foxboy. Rush, Able, Item, Dog. Able, Tar. Z, Jig, 8, 2, 5, 6. Able Tar 835 Pup Mike. Affirmative.
The phonetic alphabet made communication clear. It was designed to eliminate errors caused by misinterpretations, static on a phone, gunfire in the background, or even something as simple as a different accent. Could no longer completely change what was being relayed and heard. Along with the immediateness of the radio came the need for punctuality. It was essential to have the exact time to send an order. For example, 3:30, Officer Lewis. Inform Mr. Smith that the regiment on the front will be making a raid on enemy trenches at 8:35 p.m.
Yes, sir.
6 p.m. Order to release chemical gas because the wind had changed direction. (7:10) British fire upon German trenches. (8:35) With the creation of the radio and the use of the phonetic alphabet and the wristwatch, controlled timing of battle strategy became possible. Combined with the use of air power, what might have previously taken days or weeks to achieve on the battlefield could now be accomplished in minutes or hours. This advance in communication allowed armies to coordinate their activities with an immediacy unknown in other wars. World War I ended on November 11th, 1918, but the breaking barrier way in which the radio and watch had been used during the war opened the door to not just a new age of warfare, but the way common lives were lived. The immediate ability to relay information like never before, coupled with the widespread use of personal standard time device, such as the wristwatch, which indeed broke barriers in communication that changed the shape of society to come.
I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world below. There is no sickness, no toil nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my father and all my loved ones who've gone on